Late one night, two girls got into a taxi. The next day, both mysteriously disappeared. Isabel had prepared her granddaughter's favorite meal, but her granddaughter uncharacteristically stood her up. The phone couldn't get through either. She immediately called her son, but he didn't pay attention because his restaurant business was booming. However, the other granddaughter was surprised to discover that her sister hadn't come home all night. Soon the police posted missing person notices and even conducted a carpet search with the townspeople. The sheriff took this case very seriously. The small town had never seen anything like it before. The father of the other missing girl turned out to be the local gang boss. After a week of searching, they still found no trace of the girls. Fortunately, the police found surveillance footage and learned that the two had gotten into a blue taxi. As the prime suspect, the taxi driver was arrested. However, the driver had dropped the two off at an intersection and then drove away. Later, police found one of the girls' jackets there with bloodstains on it. Testing confirmed it was blood from both girls. One night not long after, a fishing boat pulled up a body. Soon, Isabel received news of the other girl's death. At the funeral, the gang boss didn't shed a tear, but secretly decided on a revenge plan. 2 years later, a judge ordered the search operation to be terminated. Isabel learned from the news that the other girl showed clear signs of assault, but her own granddaughter's whereabouts remained unknown. The following report suddenly made her feel extremely unsettled, because the police had once arrested a suspect who was sentenced on multiple charges. Although he was cleared of suspicion, he died strangely just days after his release. Meanwhile, the arrested taxi driver was also released without charges due to insufficient evidence. She developed the idea of investigating on her own, but her son had already moved on from this matter. After all, life had to go on. But Isabel firmly believed her granddaughter wasn't dead, so she went to the sheriff again to apply pressure. Helplessly, the police's manpower and resources could only stretch so far. She also tried seeking clues from the gang boss. Despite using unspeakable extreme methods, they still came up empty-handed. Isabel began investigating the case on her own, and a breakthrough soon quietly arrived. That day, she finally learned the taxi driver's workplace location, so she found him. Unexpectedly, the young man actually recognized her. The driver was reluctant to discuss that night's events because he had been taught a lesson by the gang boss. After his release, the townspeople treated him like a despicable criminal, causing him to lose his job and preventing anyone from hiring him. As for that night's events, he admitted to seeing Veronica because he couldn't forget the girl's charming smile. Veronica said she was going to meet a friend, then put on the earrings her grandmother had given her. They arrived at an intersection where both girls got out of the car laughing. Out of longing for her granddaughter, Isabel put on the same green earrings. But the next day, a student said these earrings reminded him of Veronica, the earrings her granddaughter had worn on the night of the incident. But how did the student know about this? She acted calm but kept thinking. This meant her granddaughter must have met this person after getting out of the car. She had just picked up her phone to call the police, but worried the authorities would make the evidence disappear. If the person in front of her was the killer, he would certainly be released due to insufficient evidence. Now she could only solve the case herself. For her granddaughter, she took out a bottle of pills, ground them into powder in a jar, then handed him a cup of coffee. Isabel watched him drink it, and now it was just a matter of time. When the student pressed the last piano key and could no longer lift his fingers, the first step of her investigation was successfully completed.